Diddy kept looking at me, and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances, and I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink, and like I'm not actually doing it. And like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something in this drink.
Kim Kardashian is finally spilling the tea about her rocky ride with Kanye West and Chow, and trust, it was messy. Sis was really going through it behind the scenes. Lately, Kanye's been getting exposed left, right, and center. In the latest revelation, he was allegedly battling a condition that made him reek. Yeah, you heard that right. People are saying he had a serious hygiene issue that couldn't be ignored. But that's not even the wildest part. Word on the street is this supposed condition might have come from him creeping around. And not just with women. The rumors are saying he was allegedly involved in Diddy's infamous private parties, the kind that get real freaky. So now folks are asking, did Kanye pick something up during all those late night link-ups? And how in the world did Kim manage to stick it out through all of that madness? Of course, Kanye's diehard fans aren't having it. They're out here defending him hard, claiming Kim's just a salty ex trying to drag his name. They keep pushing the idea that she's some jealous ex-wife trying to smear her baby daddy's rep. But here's the kicker. Even Bianca, Kanye's current wife, said something similar back in 2023, and that was when they were still supposedly on good terms. So what does that tell you? Things between Kanye and Bianca are looking real shaky right now. And yeah, there's already talk about a possible divorce brewing. Could Kanye's alleged condition be part of the reason why? Maybe, maybe not. But here's what we do know. Back in 2023, Bianca allegedly vented to some of her close friends, saying that Kanye had a condition that made him smell real bad, according to a source. The source even said that once those layers come off and he's drenched in sweat from head to toe, the stench is next level. And apparently, he's not too fond of showering either, which made things even worse for Bianca. Her poor nose was taking the hits daily. So how did Kanye end up like this? The streets are whispering that he may have caught something from sleeping around with all kinds of people. And if there's one thing about Kanye, he's been wild and out for years, but somehow his moves always stayed low-key. Like, did you know he admitted to cheating on Kim after she had just given birth to their son, Saint? Yup, he actually said it himself in one of his tracks. But somehow, that confession just slid past most people like it was nothing. Or maybe Kanye's hardcore fans just didn't care at all. If he really stepped out on Kim right after she gave birth, it's not a stretch to think he might have cheated at other times too. And let's not forget the serious allegations that have come up over the years. Some of them are deeply disturbing. Take rising singer Nikki Heaton, for example. She claimed that Kanye and Diddy allegedly got way too close to doing something awful to her. A few years back, Nikki was buzzing online with her music and catching major attention. So when word reached her that Kanye wanted to work with her, she was hyped. But things went left real quick. She pulled up to the studio with her manager, expecting a regular music collab vibe, but instead, she walked into a room where Diddy was posted up too. And get this, 9 other women were already there. The energy was off from the jump. According to Nikki, both she and her manager were handed drinks that were allegedly laced with something, and it doesn't stop there. Kanye's former assistant, Lauren P., also made a shocking claim. She said he allegedly assaulted her after weeks of making her feel super uncomfortable with the way he acted around her. These aren't just rumors. They're serious claims that paint a whole different picture behind the scenes. Reports say that back in 2021, Lauren P. was mainly making her money through her OnlyFans when she first linked up with Kanye West. She says he brought her on to help with the first season of his Yeezy women's fashion line, and they even ended up working together on 3 songs for his Donda album. Even though she wasn't officially credited on the record, Kanye later hired her as his personal assistant with a jaw-dropping salary. $1 million a year.
I didn't know what to do, but I knew that there was something wrong, basically. And I was standing there pretending to sip this drink, and my manager was sitting across from me. And I see her across the room holding her drink. And it was weird because I noticed as I was standing there just like wondering what's going on, Diddy kept looking at me, and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances. And I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. And I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink. And like, I'm not actually doing it. And like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something in this drink. All of a sudden, I realize that I'm in this studio. The music's low, the lights are dim, but you can still like see everything. And I realize that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and they're both off their shit. And there's 3 other men, an executive that works with Kanye, his engineer, and his cousin, and me. And I'm standing pretty close to it. And I realize all of a sudden that Kanye and Diddy have realized that I'm the only girl in the room. And they're like out of their minds. And they start coming towards me, and they're like, don't you want to take your clothes off? Like, it's so hot in here. And I'm like, no, fine. I'm fine like this. And they're like, come on, like, it's just us. Like, we're all just friends. Like, let us just, like, see, like, how you look. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And, like, I still haven't gotten scared yet, you know? Like, I'm still, like, this is a bad situation. I'm creeped out, but, like, there's no reason to panic. There's other men here. Yeah, so they're coming towards me, and I'm like, okay, this is fun. I don't know where my manager is. I don't know where anyone is. And they're coming towards me more, and they're trying to like take my clothes off. And I'm like at that point where I'm like, this is not good, but I'm like still trying to like play it off. Just like, stop, you guys are stupid. Like, get out of here, like, don't touch me. So they start trying, like, they're like pawing at me. Like, they're both drunk, probably on something else. And I start to get a little bit apprehensive because I'm pretty much like backed up against the wall. Like, there's only one exit, and I'm pressed up against this door. And I'm still not completely terrified yet, but I'm like, you guys stop, like stop. And they're getting to the point where they have like ripped my shirt off. And like, I'm like almost fully exposed at this point. And they're both coming at me. And I'm like, you guys, like seriously, this is.
But there was a catch. She had to be available 24/7, no matter what. Lauren agreed to the deal, but according to her, things got dark real fast. She claims Kanye started crossing the line almost immediately, sending her disturbing, inappropriate text messages. And after she shut down her OnlyFans page, that's when it got worse. Reports say she was flooded with explicit messages from Kanye, even videos that were way out of pocket. But the most shocking part? Lauren says that during one phone call, Kanye started acting wildly inappropriate, and that on another occasion, while they were on his private jet, he allegedly trapped her in a room and did something completely out of bounds right in front of her. She claims he would say twisted stuff like, see, my problem is I'll be thinking about what I'm doing, but after I finish, I want a girl to tell me how hard she's been messed up while I'm doing it. That's not just shocking, it's disturbing on a whole other level. He allegedly told Lauren he wanted her to cheat on him. Yep, that's how twisted things got. She says he'd go off describing his wild fantasies using some seriously explicit language. In one of the messages, he allegedly texted her something along the lines of, is my desire, is this effing D of mine? I'm gonna beat this D for being BNF and racist. I'm gonna stare at pictures of white women with black behinds and beat the mess out of my big black. You get the idea. It was wild. What's even crazier, a lot of Kanye's fans weren't even surprised. They said it sounded exactly like the kind of wild, off-the-wall stuff he's known for. But just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it did. Things took an even darker turn when Lauren updated her lawsuit and dropped serious new allegations of SA. According to court docs, she says she and one of her former clients, an artist she managed whose name was left out of the lawsuit, were invited by Kanye to a private session he was co-hosting with Diddy. And that's when things started feeling off. Once they arrived, drinks were passed around. Then someone made an announcement. Everybody's got a drink if you want to stay. Lauren says she took a few small sips of her drink, which had allegedly been poured at Kanye's request by a studio assistant and handed directly to her by Kanye himself. From that moment on, things spiraled into something way more disturbing. According to court documents, Lauren says everything went hazy fast. She suddenly felt completely out of it. The next morning, she woke up with almost zero memory of what went down at that studio session. What she did feel was overwhelming shame and confusion. She says for a long time, she just assumed she'd gotten unknowingly drugged and embarrassed herself at some work-related gathering. But things took a disturbing turn years later. TMZ reported that while still working for Kanye, he allegedly brought up that exact night and claimed they did hook up. Then he supposedly went on to describe what happened in detail, even before she had a clue. That's when the reality hit. This wasn't some foggy memory or misunderstanding. Lauren says that when she told Kanye she didn't remember a thing from that night, he allegedly laughed and told her, "Women always love to say they don't remember until they do." That was the moment she realized this wasn't just a messy situation. She says she had been a victim of gender-based violence and assault that night and didn't even know it until he brought it up. But it didn't stop there. According to the lawsuit, Lauren also claimed that in July 2021, during a Donda album workshop at the St. Regis Hotel in San Francisco, Kanye allegedly tried again. She says he showed up at her hotel room door pounding like crazy at 6 a.m. When she opened it, he forced his way in and said he needed to use her shower, claiming his was out of order. The whole situation sounded deeply off. Lauren P. says things hit a terrifying low when Kanye allegedly walked up to her, dropped his towel, and tried to forcefully shove his naked body onto her, right in her face. According to the legal complaint, she begged him to stop, but he ignored her completely. After the disturbing moment, he reportedly just muttered a quick sorry and carried on with his day like nothing even happened. By now, it's honestly not shocking to hear that Kanye's tight with Diddy, because at this point, they're starting to sound real similar. Birds of a feather, right? And speaking of Diddy, there's been serious buzz about Kanye allegedly taking part in Diddy's so-called freak-offs. I want to see.
Do you have Kanye and his wife T? This has been brewing for the past couple of years. There's no reason for me to bring it out except for this. I do feel like I could let you guys know into the situation that's happening. So Kanye pays P-stars, men, with large black this to F his wife, and I approve. Okay, so I have in the past F'd, like made a video with this man, this P-star who has a large black schlong, okay? I've made a video with him. So one day I get this text. You can read it, okay? Here's my text with Kanye's private jet guy. Also, this is what I put on my close friend's story at this time. Kanye likes to watch other men F his wife and other...
Kanye himself even hinted at something wild during one of his infamous Twitter rants a few weeks ago. He posted, "You bees were not pardon me, let me put this in Yai. You, me, two bees did not get say. You extorted ninjas." In his lingo, ninjas means men and bees means women. But it didn't stop there. He went on to say, "Trump, please free my brother Puff. Free Puff Puff. We love you. I stood up for Puff and I'm still winning 20 Grammys next year and doing the Super Bowl." Then he added, "My support of Puff is completely selfish. I need to find whoever's trying to take down black moguls. I just found out Puff can't collect money while he's locked up, so I'ma send his share to Justin." That rant was unhinged and very revealing. Kanye really said, "Puff got me too, so I free Puff." Like, what? Is he saying Diddy got him too because of some fight? Or was it about the money? Because let's be real, when has a broke dude ever been in a position to get got? What exactly did Kanye mean when he said he got me towed? That's the million-dollar question. Was that a slip-up? A confession? Fans definitely think so, and the internet's been going crazy trying to decode it. But it didn't stop there. Things took another turn when a woman popped up claiming that Kanye had picked up Diddy's playbook and was allegedly throwing his own freak-offs with Bianca by his side. From what she described, it sounded like Kanye wasn't just attending those wild Diddy parties, he was deep in the mix, maybe even hosting his own. Yikes! And honestly, considering all the rumors about his behavior, the reported cheating, and his hygiene issues, it's not all that shocking that people are starting to connect the dots. The whole situation? Straight up chaos. Anyway, I need to know what you think about this circus. So drop your opinions down in the comments. Don't hold back. And while you're at it, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next jaw-dropping update. See you in the next one.